Disclaimer. I doesn't claim any of the arts. All the pictures shown belongs to the respective artist and company. If you are original owner and want me to remove the video, I will do it immediately. Just send me an email to inform me. And if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. The chapter begins, and we see Kim using two of his daggers. He fuses them with his predation of slashes, striking the basilisk by its neck. Because of Kim's attack, the monster screams in pain. With the help of his wings, Kim manages to slash the basilisk's body multiple times. The basilisk says, "You're dodging pretty well. Are you just going to keep running like a pesky fly?" The basilisk raises its tail and tries to attack Kim with it, aiming to smash him down. In a split second, Kim notices the basilisk's attack and uses his wings to block it. He cuts off the basilisk's tail, causing it to scream in pain once more. Mid-air, Kim confidently says to the basilisk, "You're furious cause you can't catch a single flying insect." And a lowly lizard crawling on the ground dares to call someone inferior. We see Kim holding the Letic dagger with a unique grade in his right hand and using the SS rank license reward Valhalla with a unique grade in his left hand. Upon hearing Kim's words, the basilisk, with a wounded face, says, "So you can use Igmund's power. You talk like you're something great." Don't be deluded. You're not the only one blessed by the Archduke. This is Mahed, the true power of Lord Jormungand, Archduke among Archdukes. Mahi is infinite, and it devours everything. With that petty Igmund's power, you think you can defeat me. The basilisk roars and activates its power, covering the entire area with water and creating a sea. The water inside it spins, forming a huge whirlpool, and attacks Kim with it. When it has Kim in the position it wants, it emerges from the water, opens its huge mouth, and tries to swallow Kim. Seeing this, Kim smiles and says, "This isn't the Archduke's power. This is the power of a king." With that, Kim activates his predation power and creates a predation monster, launching it towards the basilisk for a finishing attack. As Kim's predation monster approaches, the basilisk's eyes widen in shock, and in a split second, the predation monster devours it, finishing the fight. Akwon screams in fear. As he wakes up, gathering himself, he looks around in amazement and wonders where the basilisk monster is. With a bored expression, he says, "What the f***, where did that damn lizard go?" Seeing him, Lima Huiyong is also shocked and remains silent for a moment, wondering what just happened to them. Then as Kim puts his daggers in his pack and approaches with a smile, he says, "I took care of it while you all were petrified. And with this, the undead dungeon is cleared." Lima Huiyong looks amazed by Kim's power and strength. She thinks to herself and remarks praising Kim. "Even at a glance, it was a monster above sus rank. And you handled it all alone again? Ah, Ti-hyun, as expected of you." Then Kwon, frustrated, confronts Kim, saying, "Kim Ti-hyun, shouldn't you have told us this was a double dungeon?" Kim defends himself, responding, "How would I know that?" Kwak Seong accuses Kim, saying, "Because you know the instructions." A shift in the conversation occurs as Kim adds, "So how exactly?" Kim coolly remarks, "Why? I think it worked out in the end, didn't it? I was able to do my part too." The group gathers in one place, confused. Kim admires their teamwork and says, "Great work, everyone. Your performance exceeded expectations." Then Kim thinks to himself in a reflective tone, saying, "I knew long ago that the unrated dungeon in Greece was a double dungeon." Continuing, they reveal their heartfelt intentions, but the reason I chose this place to start was to give you an experience as intense as death itself. Then Kim, as he gets ready to leave the dungeon, says with sincerity, "I'll be counting on you from here on too." Shifting to hope for the future, Kim says, "They'll grow even stronger, and someday, they'll be the firm roots that support this place after I'm gone." The scene shifts to other SS-ranked players exiting the dungeon. Reporters waiting for them are holding a press conference, and one of them asks, "The unrated Paris dungeon, considered invincible for years, has been cleared. As the president who led the plan, may we have a comment?" Another reporter asks, "Were there any injuries? What's the next destination?" With hearing their questions, the team leader says, "We'll allow enough time for questions." One by one, slowly, suddenly, one of the reporters receives surprising news from New Korea's team and, with a shocked expression, says, "What did you say? Is that true? New Korea? New Korea?" Seeing the reporter's reactions, George says, "Word has spread of New Korea's raid party." But then Marcus corrects him, saying, "That's not it." As he pauses to check the news, he says, "New Korea cleared an S-rank rated dungeon." "Surprise," George interjects, saying, "You're joking, right? How could they clear an S-rank dungeon with just S-ranks, not even national players?" But Marcus adds, "That's not all. Turns out the Greece upgraded dungeon was a double dungeon." Hearing Marcus's words, George is shocked and doesn't know what to say. Marcus says with disbelief about Kim Tae-hyun's remarkable feat. No injuries were reported despite the odds, and remarks, "Even if it's Kim Tae-hyun, not a single injury was reported. Is New Korea's power really at this level?" This sparks a reflection amongst ranked players, highlighting the extraordinary power level of New Korea. Then, the scene changes to somewhere else. At night, in a tall building, the chairman of the U.S. Player Association reacts with slight humor and competitiveness as he watches an interview with Kim Tae-hyun on TV. He says, "Haha, we've been upstaged. We Americans were supposed to be the stars of this event. Then we'll just have to move faster too." They acknowledge that Kim Tae-hyun and his team have taken the spotlight during the event. Determined not to be left behind, they decide to act quickly to maintain their position. Meanwhile, news spreads across the media, capturing the attention of viewers everywhere. The focus remains on Kim Tae-hyun's raid party, solidifying their reputation. After the news of Kim Tae-hyun's New Korea raid party spreads, it seems like they are in competition with the US and the World Player Association. They begin raiding other dungeons, one after another. Regardless of the intentions of those involved, the world is quickly returning to stability. The scene changes to somewhere else at night, where we see a secret hideout. Inside, malicious guild members are filled with fear as they face someone powerful. One of them says, "Step back. No one is allowed here without permission." But that person, with a powerful punch, throws them away. As he clenches his fist tighter in frustration, he says, "You're just a low-class demon. How dare you stand in my way?" This person is S-rank player Lee Jeong-soo, chairman of Tetsu. He orders his men to open the door for him as he enters the room confidently. Upon seeing what is in front of him, his eyes narrow. Suddenly, one character says, "We didn't open this place so you could just drop by any time, did we?" This person points out that unannounced visits are not welcome. As Lee Jeong-soo gets closer, he retorts, suggesting they are also shameless for showing up. He says, "Action Guild, you're not just incompetent, you're shameless too. Do you not know why I came here? The first deal was to eliminate Kim Tae-hyun. But look at him now. He's become SS rank, beyond anyone's reach. And now he roams with the 4 major guilds like a raid hero, leaving no place for Tetsu Guild to stand. And the son I meant to hand the guild to is half broken and still hasn't come to his senses. You expect me to just keep enduring all this?" It becomes evident that issues revolve around Kim, who was initially meant to be sidelined. However, instead of diminishing, Kim has risen to prominence, becoming a source of inspiration for others. As a result, his wide-ranging influence has left no room for the Tetsu Guild to secure a foothold, negating the plans to oversee its downfall. Suddenly, as a black slimy thing gets closer to Lee Jeong-soo and his men from behind, a voice says, "I understand your frustration, but as I told you before." Suddenly, a shadow appears from that slimy thing and surprises Lee Jeong-soo from behind. The shadow traps Lee Jeong-soo's men in his black slimy webs and tentacles and confronts Lee Jeong-soo. Lee Jeong-soo's men are in panic. One of them stammers, "What is this?" While another voice urgently shouts, "Chairman." Lee Jeong-soo, with fear and frustration in his eyes, thinks to himself, questioning with a heavy accusation, "Why did you get rid of them all?" while maintaining an ominous and menacing presence. He says tactfully, "Even we didn't anticipate Kim Tae-hyun's abnormal growth, but we haven't given up. Because eventually, he and we will clash." As the shadow extends his hand towards Lee Jeong-soo, he says, accompanying his words, "But let's talk business instead." The intrigue deepens as Lee Jeong-soo hesitantly asks, "What's this?" Therefore, the shadow replies confidently, "This is an item stolen by our Axion Guild master from the Chinese Player Association. It's experimental data extracted from it. A wise chairman like you would surely know how to use this for the benefit of Tetsu Group." The shadow holds a black, mysterious substance in a tube. Seeing it, Lee Jeong-soo freezes, unsure what to do. He thinks for a moment and then makes his decision. With confidence, his eyes glow menacingly with a red color as he says, "Now we're finally speaking the same language." And with that, this chapter ends. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Support this channel by liking this video and subscribing the channel. And if you want me to recap another manhwa or manga, write its name in the comments section. And if you want to know that what happened in previous chapters, you can watch them in this channel. Stay tuned for next chapters.